you won't go outside. If it's all of you, you won't go outside. I'm going to go outside. Me and Hunter are going to go outside. We're going to play. I'll find somebody to watch you. Like, I made it clear.
Yeah. What's up, y'all?
This is Beyond 21
With Caitlin.
and Callie. And it's been a while since we've been in here and with the regular setup.
It's been about 3 weeks, I think. What do you think? About 3 weeks?
I feel like it's been a month, but I don't know.
It does feel
My
like it's
concept of time is shanked anyway.
I like that word, shanked.
Thank you.
I feel like I
Volleyball term.
Do I really sound good?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Maybe I just needed to cut that up and cut this down a tad bit. So today, first of all, let's get to our hiatus and where we've been. We've been at Bible school. We did that for a week. Didn't have time to record on our normal Friday recording day. Then we had, what else?
The music video stuff.
The music video stuff. We didn't have time to do it then. And really, we've just been a tad bit lazy. And honestly, me and
Well, I don't think it's lazy. We've been busy.
Well, yeah.
Like, we've had something to do every weekend.
We have. And on top of that...
but then after we do all those things, we're tired. It's not lazy.
Yeah.
We're tired. And we have other things to do, like taking care of our house and stuff.
Yeah, and also, I don't know how you feel, but I have missed being with you.
I have missed being with you, too. I have missed
The
it.
other day when you said you hadn't seen Halen in a while, it kind of got me low-key a little depressed.
Wow.
Because I was like, dang, you just cut your light off.
Oh.
But I was like, dang, give it a minute, it may come back on. Like, I kind of feel bad because I haven't been bringing her around, but...
No, it's not your fault. I just said that because like if
I
you
didn't
send me
take it.
videos or something.
I didn't take it wrong or nothing.
No, I know. I'm just saying, like, sometimes we'll go, like, days in a row seeing... Shut it. We'll go days in a row seeing each other, and then it's like we go a week and a half without seeing each other. And so it's just kind of weird. Did you hear that?
We're back with the ASMR. And, before we get into our topic, y'all need to go check out our little cooking show. We did that one time too. I did that one day. We have a new little cooking show where we take our friends and family. It was supposed to be just mama and mama, but Abby is a master chef and she's wanted to cook stuff for us to video. So we did a little video on zucchini bread, and then we did a video like 3 days ago on southern goulash. For those of you that know what that is. If you don't, just go watch a video. And let's talk about Bible school today. That's what we're here to do today.
So let's get into it.
Let's get into it.
I'm sorry.
It's fine. I'll edit that in.
Edit it out or edit it in?
Keep it in. Like, edit it. Because we already had the video. I had a little thing I was going to tell everybody. Everybody in the club getting tipsy. Everybody in the club getting tipsy.
That was good. It's really good.
So good. That was really good. I was proud. Daddy would be proud. He likes that song.
It would be.
Kind of a bad high five, but...
I thought it was decent for... I mean, I was trying to, like, lean over this without hitting it, so it was good.
Since we have not seen y'all... I mean, y'all seen a video...
Wait. Since you've been gone.
I'm not going to sing that one.
I know. I feel like we need stuff like that. Like, we need that kind of sound stuff, like...
there is a bunch of free sounds on YouTube, and I'm about to add it to these pads.
Good.
I found, like, a whole intro song on the YouTubes.
Oh, I thought of another idea for our stuff that we need to do, but I want to save it. No, I want to get on with our topic and what you were saying. Don't let me forget.
Okay.
It's about intros.
Will you remember?
Yeah, if you say intros.
That one I made today, did you watch it?
Yeah,
it's going to be kind of like that, the one I'm going to make.
That's what I have to add to, so.
Okay, that's fine. So since we haven't talked to y'all, well, since this particular thing happened, I'm so embarrassed right now. I messed up my arm. You remember that?
Mm-hmm.
So we were filming the music video at Little Rock City for the Pick and Chair Profits. And I knocked a mandolin case off of the park bench and I went to do like this and catch it, and my arm felt like it came out of socket, and I started hollering for Callie. I was so glad you were there, dude, because if I'd have been up there by myself, dude, that would have been, number one, the most embarrassing thing.
I tried to take the embarrassment away. Like, I tried to.
You're like, oh my gosh, what's going on? I was like, my arm, it's out of socket. And it literally felt like it was out of socket. And then I just shrugged, and it went back in. So I was like, oh my God, what happened to my arm? So I got to looking it up on Facebook. I mean, not Facebook, but on the internet. Yeah, Googling it. And it said that I hyperextended it. And I was like, really? I'm 24 years old. Like, how do you just try to catch something and hyperextend your arm? I mean, it didn't even go back. It just went, oop, like that. I mean, I know that was off camera, but, so yeah, that happened. And also, we had Callie and Hunter's wedding party.
Mm-hmm. And a couple
shower.
What
a ball that was.
And a couple shower.
Yes, we had
the week before.
Yes. But, I mean, the couple shower, it was fun. But the slide
it was supposed to be like, the couple shower was to actually celebrate with family, with friends, that kind of thing. The wedding party was to have some fun.
The wedding party.
We had some fun.
Dude, I almost didn't get on the slide. I'm so glad y'all taught me into it.
I literally picked her up and put her in the pool.
It was, why I didn't want to get on it?
Nope.
Because the water was cold. And I don't like cold water. It was water hose water. Y'all know how that is.
Yeah, but it was hot outside, and
I know, but it wasn't hot to me at that point.
And you go down the slide, you forget all about it being cold
because
it catches your stomach.
Yeah, and so enjoy those videos for those of you that are on the Patreon. Those of you that aren't, you'll see them in a few weeks. Probably not now because y'all aren't subscribed to Patreon, so you're not cool enough to be on there.
Exactly.
$2.99 a month.
Yeah,
y'all pop off and get on it.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so let's talk about Vacation Bible School. What class did you have?
I had the youth, and the past 2 years I've had 5th and 6th grade, but I figured most of our the kids that we taught like on Wednesday nights, I figured a lot of them would be youth now, so that's why I went to youth.
Good bit of them were actually
no, it really was only like 4.
You're saying most of them were in 5th and 6th?
Yeah.
Honestly, you should have stuck with the 5th and 6th.
I wish I would have.
You'd have been right behind us. We'd have got to.
I know.
They separate us every year, man.
I know.
They're breaking our stride.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway.
Nothing gonna break my stride.
Yeah, I said that on purpose because I knew Abby does too. She used to sing that back when that song came out on TikTok. That was like a big
slow
thing.
Me down.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Why do we sing on here?
I think it's fun.
I think it's the tism. Not the tism. The Tourette's.
You don't have Tourette's.
No, but I think it's like a Tourette's tendency.
To sing?
Just like off the limb like that? Off the limb?
Off the limb.
What's the...
On a whim?
On a whim? Off the limb and on a whim.
What class did you have?
I had kindergarten. Me and Blake both had kindergarten. Callie also taught with Hunter. Kindergarten, every year, man, they surprise me. And we'll get into that here in a minute. We have had to change our camera settings. Thank you for filling in, because my brain don't be working.
I can help. I can help.
But yeah, we've changed our camera settings, so we hope it's a little more clear for y'all. I mean, it was clear to begin with, but I want it to look professional.
Yeah, we're getting there. We're getting there.
We're trying, with our little $80 in the bank account type deal. What, is it not recording?
Look at me. No, look at me. And do that.
I can't.
Okay, I just want to make sure your face was in there.
On you.
I just want to make sure your face.
Yeah, it's on there. Okay. Anyway, so we will have to take more frequent breaks because the camera will only record 10 minutes. So if y'all see us like over here looking, that's what we're doing. So now I'm going to take another pause so y'all can listen to our sponsors, and then we'll get into the rest of our Vacation Bible School story.
Okay, so this past Vacation Bible School, like I said, me and Hunter taught the youth. And, I mean, I really expected it to be like the previous 2 years when we taught.
At Bible school or
no,
Wednesday night service?
At Bible school. I didn't expect it to be like a Wednesday night service. I expected it to be like the past 2 Bible schools that we taught. I don't know. It was just different this year. And, I'm not saying that necessarily in a bad way, but it was just like, I don't know. The kids weren't as interactive, and I don't know if that's just because of their age. Like,
I think it's youth. That's seventh to.
well, this was the
7th to 12th
problem.
grade.
Is like it ranged. I feel like that's too big of a range.
It is because you have 12th.
If they were freshmen and 12th graders, okay, I get it.
Yeah, but not that you had any 12th graders. You didn't.
I think I had one.
You had one.
I thought I had somebody in there that was 18.
Let's say I can't. That's just hard for me to believe that.
Yeah, I had people in there that were 18.
Okay, see,
a 13-year-old and an 18-year-old.
That is too big of a range.
I know.
That's like me and Carly.
Yeah.
Which now it's fine, but like when you have.
But when you're 13 and you're 18, like that, there's two totally different.
Don't need to. That's why. Well, I know not all schools are like that, but like. That's a lot of the reason why you have middle schools.
Mm-hmm. Because
you keep those 7th and 8th graders, those real, like, immature teenagers that are still...
But they're not exactly, like, kids running around. Like, they're not little kiddies.
No, but...
So that's why they don't stay in elementary. Like, that's why the elementary and the
That's why you separate the 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th grade from the elementary school and from the high school because that's a real, like... It's a totally different age group.
It's a totally different world.
5th graders are different than 6th graders. And 6th graders and 8th graders don't need to be together. Like, you're, like, they're going through puberty. They're, like, maturing and they're trying to figure out their place in the world. And then you've got a senior in high school, which, they think they know everything. And I was that way one time, so I know. But, like, I wouldn't have been caught dead hanging out with a 7th grader as a senior.
Exactly.
It feels like you're hanging out with a baby.
Mm-hmm. And, like, the maturity level is just not there.
No.
So
they don't understand, like, it's just, I don't know.
Well, but like I said, they just weren't engaged. Like, it's like they didn't care to be there, but they were there, and... That was very devastating. It was very discouraging. And with that, them not acting like they want to be there, them not being,
not to
what's the
mention,
word? They're not paying attention to me. Like,
well, they're also not being very, like, respectful.
That's what I was just about to say. Like, they're not paying attention, so they're having their own side conversations, and then that's discouraging. That's the most discouraging. Like, if I'm talking and I'm the teacher... You shouldn't be talking while I'm talking. Like,
they do that because and I'm not just saying it's you. I'm saying kids like now in like Carly's age group, for instance, like
they just don't.
The beginning of the iPad babies,
mm-hmm.
Like no shade at you, Carly. Don't take that the wrong way. I'm not saying you're an iPad baby. I'm just saying like the group right at her age group and below. They don't have any respect for authority. They don't have any respect for their parents. So you really can't even expect them, not you, I'm just saying in general, you can't expect them to respect anybody because, they're not going to respect you if they don't even respect their own parents.
It's coming to the point nowadays that they just don't care who's up there teaching. Like, it could be 70-year-old, 50-year-old, 30-year-old, 20-year-old, like, but they weren't at all acting like they wanted to be there and there for the right reasons. And so that was really discouraging. And so I did have to get a hold of them one day. Like, it was, I think, Wednesday. Yeah, it was Wednesday night.
Do we want to share the details?
They were just talking while I was talking. And
I didn't know if you were wanting me to share my experience with them.
I wouldn't.
Well,
but they weren't. They were talking when I was talking, and I'd already told them, like, okay, I'm trying to teach, but they didn't stop. So I got loud with them, and I told them, I said, okay, if you want to talk while I'm talking, I'll figure something out for you, because we don't have to do all these things that we get to do if, you're going to sit here and talk while I'm trying to teach. And I was like, we come here to help y'all learn. You're supposed to come to learn. and to, at the same time, we can have fun while we're learning, but the main goal here is to learn. And I said, so if you're not here to learn, you don't need to come back tomorrow night. And I hate to say that because that's not. And now let me say, because I don't want to get roasted or anything for a lot of people saying that, oh, well, you're turning people away just because they did one thing. No, this has been happening for a while. This happened when we were doing Wednesday night Bible study. This is not something that's never happened before. I give people chances, but when I start to get irritated, and they know when I get to that point,
yeah,
and they push anyway. So when it gets to that point, I get mad and I snap, and I'm not talking like I'm not being
she's not going
outrageous,
psycho on them, but
I get mad enough to say, we come here to help y'all learn about God, and if y'all are not here for the right reasons, then you don't need to come back. But tomorrow, if we can't get this fixed, we're going to figure something out. And so, like, the next day, are we good on time? I can't see.
Yeah, we're good. It says 6 minutes. So.
Oh, okay. So the next day, Thursday, before they ever even, like we didn't go up to the room. I did it there was two fun activities that was, like, in the little leader guide that we could do that, revolved around our lesson. And so we went directly outside to do those things. And as soon I lined up all of them up on the wall, because like they like to get in their little huddle. Like, now Thursday was the biggest group I had. So, and I can't remember how many it was, but I think it was at least 8. Maybe it was 10. I'm not sure, but we had a good bit of people. Yeah, it was 10. I had 10. And I lined them all up on the wall, and I said, like, I want everybody facing me. I want everybody to be able to see me. I don't want to hear you talking while I'm talking. If Hunter's talking, you better not be talking. Like, it doesn't matter. If somebody is talking, you're not. You don't talk unless I ask you a question. Like, that's how it is. And so, anyway, I lined them up on the wall, and I told him, I said, now, this is what's going to happen. Today, if you mess up, if I have to warn you, we will separate. And I separated them. Like, nobody that liked each other, not saying that they hated each other, nobody that normally is talking. You broke up the cliques. Yeah, I broke up the cliques so they couldn't talk to each other. And so, I told him, I was like, if you mess up, if I have to warn y'all one time, I'll find somebody to watch you. And when it comes to, like, what is it?
Recess?
Like, yeah, I was going to say recess. But when it comes to recess, like, you won't go outside. If it's all of you, you won't go outside. I'm going to go outside. Me and Hunter are going to go outside. We're going to play. I'll find somebody to watch you. Like, I made it clear.
Yeah.
So I think that scared him to death. And I said, I don't care if I made you mad or not. I know that's not the best way to start the day, but if that's how I get you to listen, that's how you're going to listen.
Right.
So anyway, had to kind of be firm with them, but.
Yeah. Okay. We're going to take another time out.
So Caitlin pointed out I was hollering into the mic. When I talk about something that was aggravating
she's very passionate about stuff.
When I am talking about something that I was aggravated about before, I still get aggravated and, like,
oh, I do too.
I still stress out the way I was stressed out that day, and, like, my chest will hurt. Like, that night that I had to snap at them, my chest was hurting. Like, my heart was aching, and not in a devastating way. Just, I got so mad.
She was not heartbroken over these children.
I'm pretty sure my blood pressure was through the roof.
Oh, I'm sure it was.
And so
mine was through the roof, and I didn't even have them.
Mm-hmm. Like, and when I talk about those kind of circumstances, like, it makes me feel it all over again. Like, I'm not as mad, but, like, I can still get mad again. Like, I don't know.
I understand how you feel, because I remember that night you called me when one of them had.
Wait a second. Did you get a tan?
Yeah. Self-tan.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
Anyway, that night you called me and they had, like, upset you to the point where you were, like, crying. It made me so mad, and I haven't liked them since then. I know that's not very Christian-like. Thank you for letting me know in the comments. But, it really irritates me when somebody be messing with my family and just they push and push and push, because I know how nice Callie is, and I know how Callie, I mean, she don't let nobody run over her, but, like, she tried to have patience with them because
I'll let it go until I blow up about it.
She knew that some of them didn't know how to act. I mean, That's hard to say.
But they should have by the time.
But yeah, by the time all this started happening, they should have had more respect for you than what they did. And
the first 3 weeks of me and Hunter teaching, they should have known.
Right.
Because I laid it out for them.
Right. But, it's just stuff like that really doesn't set right with you, like deep down. And like that doesn't really set right with me that they...
And it pushes you away.
It does. I feel like that's what I'm saying. That's the kind of stuff that'll keep you from doing teaching or, Bible school or this or that. And that's even out in the real world. That's not just in church in general. That's just in life. Like, I mean, if you've got a friend that every time you talk to them, they disrespect you, like, are you going to hang out with them anymore? No.
You don't want to be their friend anymore.
So, I mean, if any of y'all are out there listening, like, do better. Quit treating people like garbage. Like, Callie wasn't getting paid to go down there and leave work early and go down there and teach. Like, she was doing that because she wanted to, because she felt led to do it.
And I enjoyed it. Hunter and I enjoyed it until it got to the point where it was more stress.
Right.
And like, I was dealing with, like, heart issues at that time, too. So, like,
and that was just adding to it.
Yeah, it didn't work well.
Yeah. Well, so, yeah, I don't know. It's irritating. And it's hard to want to go back and deal with people like that when they constantly, like, kick on you and treat you like that. And, I know you're supposed to forgive them and turn the other cheek. And not that you haven't forgiven them, just, I feel like there's times when you just have to say, okay, I'm just going to give up because, I deserve to be treated better. I deserve, more that I'm getting. And you just have to stop allowing yourself to be treated that way. And I don't feel like...
it's not wrong. When it comes to your health...
Your mental health especially.
Like, even Brother Brett, like, he told me, he was like, when we were doing Wednesday nights, he was like, if it's too much for you, like, because Granddaddy had told him about my heart and stuff. Yeah. He said, if it's too much for you, don't keep doing it. He was like, like, I don't want to put you in a bad position, in a unhealthy
Well, he knows, too, because he has his heart issues as well. Like,
and he told me that. He was like, I know how it feels. Like, don't push yourself, more than you can go. And
yeah. And it's good that we have people in our church that understand that,
sometimes you just can't handle it anymore. Yeah. And then if it's understood, that's good. Because, like, I was so fearful that people would be upset with me
for giving up.
And that's not what it was.
No, because, I mean, they know how they are. And, I mean, it is what it is. But to get on to the kindergarten side of Bible school.
Oh, you don't want to wait and start fresh?
Oh.
I mean, I was just going to
say... Go ahead.
I was just going to say one thing, and then we can, like, break, and then you go. But
okay.
I was going to say, I know, and I'm not saying that you were thinking this, but I don't think from the kid's standpoint it's ever out of, like, malicious intent. It's just the fact that...
I think a lot of it has to do with the way they're raised.
It's just the way they're raised and the way it is in school now, or just the fact that they think I'm not going to do something. And because, like I said, normally I'll let it go until I get to that breaking point, and I'll break. Like, I feel like it's all that combined. I don't ever think they do it just to be mean. It's never like a bullying kind of thing. It's just the fact that...
Well, if it was some of them, it is, but not with the group as a whole. I feel like some of them were, like, they just look at you dirty, like they didn't care what you said, and they...
No, there's one for sure that acted that way. But the rest of them, they really did. I know deep down they loved for us to teach, and they loved for us to be there, whatever. But I think a lot of it was just the fact that they wanted to do what they wanted to do, and they were going to do it.
Yeah, and they also didn't know what they had that was good till it was gone, too. Because I know you said that they had come up to you and told you that they missed you.
Mm-hmm.
I was going to say something about them. Oh, I know what it was. You were talking about how you let it go. But then I was just like straight out the gate with them. Like that one day we were standing there drinking Kool-Aid.
I remember that right at the trash can.
At the trash can, and one of them like yanked a hat off of one of the older men. Not an old man, but like an older man that was, over them. and yanked the hat off of his head, and it just flew all over me. Like, I was pregnant too, so I'm going to use that as an excuse because I was a lot more
But the problem
testy.
was that it didn't bother the man.
No, it didn't bother the man. And
so that's why they do it.
Yeah, and that's what upset me was because they didn't have any more respect for him than to yank a hat off of his head and run away with it, or take his phone and take pictures of themselves and selfies and, like, spam his phone. And, like, I was just like, they have no respect for you. And it hurt me to see him getting run over by them because they were just taking advantage of him. Mm-hmm. And he was just trying to have fun, and just be like chill with them and keep it light. And I was like, no. And I said, put that hat back on his head right now. Don't you ever rip it off of his head again. And she was like, and I was like, that's what you got to do, Callie. And Callie was like, no.
But this is the thing is I'm not gonna do that if the person they're doing it to is not gonna stand up.
Well, see, that's me. Like, I may not stand up for myself, but I'll stand up for other people.
Yeah.
And I just felt like he didn't want to be put in a position to say, don't do this to me. Because he didn't want to seem not cool.
Yeah.
But I was like, I don't really care if y'all don't like me because I don't have to deal with y'all. And the disrespect was so running rampant that I had enough. And I had watched it a couple of times and I never said anything. But after that, I was like, nope. And, like, I kind of made up in my mind I didn't like them. Mm-hmm. And that was kind of not nice. But that didn't really prove me wrong, low-key. Anyways, I mean, I love them, but I don't want to be around them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So, anyway.
We can get on with the kindergartners.
Yeah, let's get on with the kindergartners. Okay. So, about the kindergartners, they are literally so sweet. Like, I rarely ever have an issue with them. That's why I just never could understand why you wanted the older kids. Like, ideally, kindergarten to, like, 3rd grade is top tier because they're all still, like, respectful. Where did that come from? They're all still respectful, and they kind of look up to you like a role model. Mm-hmm. And especially, like, the girls. Like, if you're a girl teacher, those little girls, they want
to be you.
They want to be you, dude. They, like, love, like, older girls. It was like how we were with, like, Heather. Mm-hmm. Like, me, you, Alyssa, Hannah, Jordan, Carly, like, all the girls in the church of the original group. Like, we was worshiping the ground that Heather walked on. Mm-hmm. I low-key still do worship the ground.
Oh, yeah. I love Heather.
Like,
good role model.
Shout out to you, Heather. Like,
she's so sweet.
She is. And, like, I was looking at her the other day at Elson's party, and she not one time let the smile fade off her face.
Yeah.
She smiled the whole time. She laughed. She is so comfortable with who she is. And, like, I don't remember one time I've ever seen her mad.
I know. I was just about to say that. Like, I cannot see her and Chris getting an argument. I just can't.
No.
I can't.
Absolutely not. Heather's probably just like, okay.
Yeah. Okay.
And I don't see him ever getting mad either because he's just always happy too. But, like, Blake's like, why can't you be more like Heather? And I'm like, it's just not bred in me to be like Heather. But, because we don't
have that bubbly spirit like Heather.
Mama or Daddy have that, like, just over bubbly, like, spirit. We're all kind of, like, tough, and Heather's
we look like we're mad all the time.
And we look like we're mad all the time because it's just natural. It comes natural to our face, but, like, a smile, like, just comes natural to her.
Yeah.
So
if I smiled all the time, I'd look dumb.
But, like, she don't. And, like, I literally I watched her at that party, dude, and I was like, man, I still would kill to be her.
I swear.
Like, she's a top-tier role model, dude.
Top tier.
Top tier. Anyway, so that's the kind of look we girls get when we teach or, we're camp counselors or whatever. You're an older leader of younger children or younger girls especially. And so last year, I had that girl twice. I'm not going to say her name, but you know the one. She got on my nerves so bad because she was never ever mean. Miss Caitlin. Teacher.
Oh, teacher. I'm sorry.
She calls me Caitlin now that she's older, but, like, I had her, she was going into pre-K. So we have pre-K and kindergarten. And so she was going into pre-K the first time I had her. And then she was in kindergarten the second time I had her. So I had her 2 years in a row. But after that first year, I thought, well, that one will be up in somebody else's class the next year. And then when she come in that next year, she sat down on my pew and I thought, oh my gosh, I've got her again. But she was never, ever bad. She always minded me, but it was the overly needy for me because at that point in time, I didn't have.
She wanted you to see her.
She wanted attention. And like, she probably got it a lot at home. And so at
or either
Bible
she
school,
didn't.
Or she didn't. I think she probably did, but she just wanted somebody to give her undivided attention. And it wasn't like in a bratty way. She was never a brat or anything like that. But it was like, oh, I stubbed my toe. And she'd cry. And then I'd have to go there.
I feel like I was like that, honestly. I feel like I was like that.
I don't think you were. I just assumed.
Like watching the old videos, I feel like I seeked that attention.
Maybe you did seek
I wanted to be
attention.
the star of the show. That's more like it.
I never wanted to be the star of the show. I wanted people to leave me the heck alone. Stay away from me. Don't touch me. Don't even breathe in my direction or I will start crying. That was me as a child. Now, this girl, she wanted all the attention. She come over there and tell me she had a headache one day. Callie was sitting there and I was like, oh my God, I rolled my eyes. I was like, what do you want me to do about it? I was a little rude to her because at that point in time, I'd not had a baby. I didn't know the needs of a child, and I'm kind of awkward too. And I'm like, I'm not your mom. Like, I don't know what you want me to do, but like.
Can you tell her to eat her food?
Yeah, I was like, try eating that cookie right there. I think that'll probably help, But I was like, well, I can't give you any medicine. And I was like, maybe that cookie right there. I think I went up there and got a different cookie. I was like, this is a special cookie.
You did?
Lied in the church. Sometimes you got to do that. But she would always like come up with something like that. And I would always have to come up with something quick. And like, me and Blake had to reward them. Like, you reward them like candy and stuff, and they like always listen.
That's how I did with the 5th and 6th graders. Worked like a charm.
Yeah. But yeah, so other than like the neediness of them, they don't make you think they're listening. They will sit there, play with their shoes, get up under a chair. They'll talk while I'm trying to read the lesson off. And I have to get on to them like 75 times because I'm like, y'all need to listen. Y'all need to listen. If y'all don't listen, we're not going to go to the playground. And they'd be like, okay. And then they listen for about 2 more seconds and then it would be off to another place. And, you just never knew if they were paying attention. And then, and they get me, like I said earlier, they get me every single year. I always think that they're not listening and they're not going to retain anything. And then everybody's going to think we're terrible teachers. And then come Wednesday, you can ask them what we learned about yesterday and they can tell you almost verbatim what I said. And to me, I guess looking at a kindergartner, you're like, well, they're just learning how to speak. I mean, they know how to talk,
how to read.
But they're learning the alphabet. They're learning their numbers. Some of them don't get taught the alphabet and their numbers before they even get to kindergarten. So you're like, well, you know how to talk, but you don't know what those words look like. You don't really understand the meaning of some of the words. And I feel like the kindergarten lessons are a little bit more towards 1st and 2nd grade because of some of the questions that they want you to ask them.
Really?
And so I'm like, some of y'all y'all are barely potty trained. Like, how are they going to know what we're talking about?
Mm-hmm.
And then, Monday, they can't tell me especially this year. I got one that bounces off the walls. And I've had him 2 years in a row. And he's the one I have to get on to the most. But he was the smartest one this year. And I was so surprised from like just a year's time. He acts the same. He bounces off the walls and he's got like ADHD like crazy. But he was the smartest one I had. And I was so shook by it. Because he told me, did y'all have the lesson about the rich man?
Mm-hmm. We had the same lessons.
Well, the Wednesday lesson was supposed to be different.
Oh.
Apparently. I don't know. But apparently it wasn't because we both did the rich man one on Wednesday. But Monday was about Adam and Eve. They could not remember anything about that. Tuesday, what was it about? Daniel and the
Yeah.
vegetables. Couldn't remember that. Wednesday they come in. They told me all about Adam and Eve and the fruit. They told me all about Daniel and the vegetables. And they told me all about the rich man. And then Thursday, I can't remember the lesson, or Friday. One of them was about John.
Thursday was about John being basically, like, he was a best friend of Jesus.
Okay, Friday was about Jesus dying. Because they had the...
I wasn't there Friday, so.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
But, yeah, like, yeah.
I'm going to take another pause, reset everything, and then get into this part. So anyway, Thursday was about John and how he was friends with Jesus. And then...
And, like, he literally watched the whole account of his life, basically.
Yeah, and then...
the big parts.
Friday was about Jesus dying on the cross for our sins, and they did really good. Like, I was just really surprised at how much knowledge they retained. And
like, even, like, for the worship rallies, like, they're answering questions. They're raising their hand. They want to answer those questions.
And it's just crazy to me how 2 hours...
Not even full 2 hours
Not even
of
a full
teaching.
hour.
Like, it's 20 minutes of teaching.
20 minutes
20
of
minutes.
teaching.
40 minutes.
Well, see, we would just go back in there and reread the lesson, because I don't know if you have the pictures that you hang on the wall. Okay, we've got the big rectangle pictures. So the back of the picture has
like
got the
showing
yeah.
the...
It's
yeah,
got like for Adam and Eve, it had a picture of Adam and Eve and the fruit on the front, just like a painted picture. And if I'm holding it up, you're looking at the picture, and what I'm seeing on the back is the lesson.
Oh, okay.
And the picture.
Okay.
And you'll read that off to them, and then we stick it on the wall. And that's what we do every year. We never stick the pictures up until after we read them, so that they don't get distracted. So I don't know. I'm really surprised at how they fool me every year and make me think that I get discouraged at the beginning of Bible school, because I'm like, I'm getting worse as a teacher. Like, I've not got it anymore. And then come Wednesday, they listen. And then Thursday, when I say, well, what was y'all's favorite lesson this week? And to me, what I thought would be their favorite lesson would be Adam and Eve, or Daniel and the vegetables. That kid that I was talking about a while ago raised his hand up and he goes, mine was about the rich man. I was like, that wasn't even my favorite. I liked the Adam and Eve one the best.
I liked the rich man one.
I mean, I liked it, but like, I didn't expect a kindergartner to say that the one where Jesus said for the rich man to give up all his worldly goods, and that he could go to heaven if he'd give all that up and follow Jesus. And the kid that's in kindergarten that I thought, wasn't listening, raised his hand and says the rich man was his favorite. And I say, why? And he says, because Jesus told him to give up all his worldly... I mean, he just, like, it was like he had
taught it again.
It was like he had a flashcard sitting up behind me, and he was reading, like a
teleprompter,
yeah, a teleprompter, and he was reading off of it. And I was like, okay. And I'd look over at Blake, and Blake would be, like, shaking his head. He was like, they listened again. And between going on the playground and eating and doing all this and dancing and...
Crafts.
The crafts, that's what they remembered. So, I don't know. I just get shook by that every single time. And I tell people, like, I'm shook by that. And I was really upset this time that they didn't let us sit out and let Brother Brett talk about Jesus, because
they would have retained that.
They would have retained it. I know for a fact they would have. And they would have listened. And last year we got to stay for that. Brother Brett asked me, he was like, do you think your group is mature enough to listen to me telling them why we need to accept Jesus? And I was like, yeah, I really think they will retain. And they did. And they'd ask me questions about it. Now, obviously, they may not be ready to, accept Jesus at the time. And Jesus may not be ready for them. They may not have even been at the age of accountability yet. But they definitely, that would be something.
They were able
that'd
to
be
learn.
Planting a seed in them.
Yeah.
And so, we didn't get to go in there. But I went deeper past the lesson. And I was telling them, they would ask me, well, what about the devil? Where's he? And I'd be like, he's down below us. I didn't say the word, because I didn't want him to go, you said the bad word.
Yeah.
But I said, he's down below. Well, where's Jesus? He's up in heaven. Where's heaven? It's in the clouds, And then they'd say off the wall stuff like, my dad's in prison. That was one of them. One of them said, my dad's in prison. I was like, cool. And then you have to just kind of get away from that.
My kids do that too. Youth, they still do
They
that.
do
And
that
I'm
for
thinking,
attention.
You should know better by now.
Mine just do it because that's the first thing that popped into their little brains was my dad's in prison. I'm like, oh, that's nice, cool. And then one of them said, my dad's dead. And I was like, okay. Like, they have no shame in what they say, dude.
And probably half of it's not even true, honestly.
Honestly. I did have to get on to one of them. I had a girl in my class. You had her sister or whatever.
I know what you're talking about.
She kept going to the bathroom every day, and she'd stay in there for a long time, and I didn't want to interrupt her. I was like, okay, maybe she's got to poop because we just ate. So I let her stay in there, and she stayed in there. And I was like, okay. I started knocking on the door because the other kids had to go to the bathroom too. And I said, are you about done? I'm washing my hands. About 2 minutes go by, I'm washing my hands.
She took a long time when I was waiting on her sister or whatever.
Okay. Well, here's what happened. I got that solved. That last time she stayed in there for a long time and told me she was washing her hands, I busted through that. I said, I'm coming in. I busted through that door. You know what she was doing? Mm-mm. I said, drag your hands off. Okay. Dries them off on her shirt. Thought, okay. We go into the classroom, and then she's doing this still. And I still see soap on her hands. I was like, you didn't rinse your hands good. Oh, no, she was showing them something. And the other kids, and they were like, ooh. And I was like, what is that? Nothing. It was a piece of toilet paper. Big ball of toilet paper. She put soap on. She was playing, making potions in the sink at the church. I got on to her. I said, give me that. And I went in there and slung it in the trash can. I was like, don't ever do that again. I was like, the other kids have to go to the bathroom, and you just wasted 10 minutes. But like they just go in there and make potions with the soap. I said, and I threatened her. I said, you won't go to the bathroom by yourself again if you're going to go back in there and do that. I said, I'll start going in here with you. And like, I hate to say that because I wouldn't have went in there with her unless I really had to. Like, she'd have done that again. But like, I felt like I gave her enough time to get off, get done.
Well, obviously, she wasn't even using the bathroom.
She wasn't even using the bathroom. She was just going in there making soap balls. But anyway, so all in all, we had a great experience. I really enjoyed the music this time. We went in there. Me and Blake got into the music, so we were doing all the dances. Breaker, rock, beach.
I know.
You seen me doing the dances.
I saw you doing them. And I thought that was crazy because you never did them, and I was always the one doing them. Like, and you never wanted.
You really can't even do the dances with your kids because they probably think you're a fool.
They don't have dance.
They don't have
youth. The youth. But when we were doing 5th and 6th grade, we made them do it. Like, I don't care if you're a boy and you're a sixth grader, you're doing it. Because if you don't do it, we're not going outside. I make everybody.
I use that threat too.
I make everybody participate because I know they want to do it. But they think they're too cool
to do it.
And I want to do it. And I don't want them to think I'm not cool. So I make them do it. And I'm like, we'll do it with you. We'll do it with you. And so we do. Like, even Hunter's doing it. Like, and Hunter, a lot of times the guys, the boys, they're not willing to do it. But Hunter's like, come on. You can do it. We'll get back here and we'll do it together. And so they'll do it together. But
well,
I enjoy the music.
I do too. I like it.
I didn't get to listen to all the other songs besides Breaker Rock Beach. But when we went to the VBS clinic, they had the Breaker Rock Beach, and the lady did a really good job on stage, like showing us the movies.
They were good. Like I enjoyed them this time, and they were actually really catchy. But
you know what my favorite is? VBS, like the one VBS song that gets stuck in my
head. Yeah.
No, the Colossal Color.
I swear.
Yeah, I sing that every night. Yeah,
dude, I sang that to Blake the other day.
I did too. I sang it to Hunter the other day.
And Concrete and Cranes.
I wasn't
for that one, but that one, me and Blake sang that one a lot. Anyways, well, let's go on to the next topic then.
Okay, so now we kind of want to talk about if we couldn't pick the classes we normally pick, what other classes would we pick? And so, after this past Bible school experience, I told Hunter, I said, why on earth have we never thought about doing recreation? we love being outside
Somebody's
with those
always
kids.
got it.
Yeah, but still, like,
Never available.
the thought never crossed my mind. And, like, because we love being out there with the kids.
Oh,
It's so fun. We
Callie
play
and
football.
Hunter had a whole football game rolling.
Yeah, like, we get out there as if we're the ones that are in vacation, like, actually in the class, and, you know, like, we're still 10 years old. Like, we play hard with these kids. Like, my face is blood red when we come back
she
inside.
was.
Like, I get into it. I look like a tomato. And so I told Hunter, I said, why did we never think of that? And he was like, I don't know. And I said, if we do it again, like, I want recreation.
You need to tell them.
We would love that.
For the class that I would have, I'd probably have anywhere from 4th grade down to 1st grade if I couldn't pick kindergarten.
Mm-hmm.
Just solely because
you wouldn't take the babies.
I don't think I would do the babies. I can barely chase around my own baby, so chasing around 4 or 5 of them, I just simply could not. And that
takes a special kind of patience that I don't have.
2 years to 4 years, and the nursery sometimes has like the little babies, but like you just really have to be careful about the little babies because.
Text her and say, "Can I call you later?" Or just answer it.
Okay, we'll get Mom on the pod here. Hey, we're on the podcast. Do you want to say a couple words?
Well, sure I do.
That's good quality.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Beyond 21 podcast with Callie and Caitlin.
It's Caitlin and Callie.
Oh, I'm sorry. Let me rewind. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Beyond 21
Let them see her.
podcast with Caitlin and Callie.
There you go.
She could be a radio announcer, y'all.
Hey, I'd love to do that one day. Like when Barry and Holly go kaput, that's where we need to be.
Barry and Holly.
Yeah, Barry and Holly in the morning.
From
the morning show.
Barry. WQSB.
There you go.
Okay. Well, we got to get back to our topic, but I will FaceTime you.
Can I chime in on that?
We're talking about Bible school. Can you chime in on that?
Well, I don't.
Mama sat in a class with me one time.
I have taught a Sunday school class before, and I really enjoyed it.
Well, you should come on the show and tell us about your experience.
I think I had a good thing going when I was a Sunday school teacher.
Yeah, I forgot you were a Sunday school teacher until you told me
When she said that, I thought, who did she teach?
That's what I thought.
I remember
Would she
now.
teach like young adults? And then I realized it was us.
Yeah, it was y'all.
It was fun, though.
People from Beyond 21 with Caitlin
And Callie.
I hope y'all enjoy the topic today, Bible school.
School.
And chime in every Sunday night. Get a new episode every Sunday night.
Sunday morning.
At 12 a.m.
Morning, hey, even better, Sunday morning.
Do you listen to the pod?
Sunday morning.
Okay, I'm gonna have to.
She does it too.
We're gonna have to let you go because you're.
Get off. I gotta get done singing. Did my baby play with her thing?
She's going to. She hadn't got to yet.
Okay. I just want you to know you look very pretty with your
Thank
long
you.
hair.
Thank you.
It's not that long.
All right, I love you too. Bye.
Did you hear what I said?
Yeah, it's not that long. Anyways, sorry. Y'all got to hear a little bit of Mama's singing,
Banter.
and singing.
I'm just messing.
Just mess.
Don't take offense to that.
No, banter is like communication.
Yeah, she was bantering with you.
Yeah. Okay, I didn't know if you, when you said don't take it the wrong way, I was worried you thought banter was like a
Well,
bad thing.
you know, I feel like she would maybe take it that way. Like, that I was being mean about it.
Oh, no, she wasn't being mean about it.
Come across that way sometimes, I've realized.
She probably won't even listen to this episode. If you do, comment on the YouTube channel.
Let us, show us, prove
If you
it.
comment, you got to comment the okay sign, the thumbs up, and the blue heart. That's how we know you listened.
Prove
Only on YouTube, on this video.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so what were we talking about? I forgot.
Class you would teach if,
yeah.
Are we running out of time, though?
No, we have 3 minutes.
Oh, I can't see that.
4 minutes on there. Anyway, anywhere from like, we were talking about the babies.
Oh,
I
the
just
babies.
couldn't chase the babies around, and they're so like delicate, and there's some that are just starting to walk, and then there's some that are running around like plowing down.
But think about it. They can't even get their own food. Like, you have to feed them.
Yeah, you have to feed them. You have to change diapers.
I don't vibe with that.
And listen, here's my thing. I don't want to change any other kid's diapers other than my own because I just don't want to do that. I just don't want to change my friends' babies. Yeah, your
like close
babies,
people, but like random baby, no.
But random baby, I don't know. No thanks.
Like I can change Halen's diaper, but I would not feel comfortable changing any other baby's diaper.
I don't feel right about that.
Did you ever say
we don't know you like that, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. It just ain't right. I mean, I guess I would if I had to.
Yeah, but like you don't have to pick that class.
I don't want to pick that class, so I'm not going to pick it. Miss Glenda does a great job with the babies, and she knows how to talk to
Cassidy.
them. And Cassidy and Lainey also does it. But like, I'm not patient enough. I know that sounds really bad because like
I'm not
y'all
patient enough.
Out there probably thinking, dang, she's got bad qualities for a Bible school teacher. But like, I'm just not patient enough. If I can't communicate with you, I'm just like done. I just can't, you know, like if I can't figure out what you want and you're crying and I don't know what to do because I'm not your mom. Like I can't comfort you like your mom can. I don't want it.
Yeah, I understand that.
But yeah, so that's what class I would teach. Fourth to first.
Fourth to first.
That sounded like when Carly talks like this. Do you know Carly talks like that? Sometimes making fun of me.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, so let's talk about
I think that's a wrap up because like...
Oh, you don't want to talk about a couple of our little favorite Bible school memories from Piney?
Oh, we can do that and then we'll wrap up because like you think about it. I just did number 7 on that and they're 10 minutes each. Right around it. That's 70 minutes.
Well, that's normal for
hour and 10, but you know.
Yeah. Anyway, so like let's just do a couple little memories, like just quick memories from Bible school at Piney or any other Bible school we went to.
We really only went to Piney. We went to
some at Noah,
I think.
I never.
Oh yeah, I forgot about Noah. Yes, we did with Alex, or wherever it was at.
That was at Victory.
Oh, Victory. Okay.
Yeah, I think it was at Victory.
Yeah,
it was at Victory.
I didn't vibe with that one.
I didn't know.
Not because of the church. Just I didn't know people there, and made me feel uncomfortable.
Yeah. Okay, so give us a couple of your favorite memories.
So, my favorite memories, most of them are probably at Piney, because especially when we were in the youth classes, like, and these are probably going to be maybe yours too, but when me, you, and Catherine, like, we would listen to Shawn Mendes on the way to Catherine's house, like, she lived like 3 minutes.
We've told this story before.
Yeah,
a little
we would pick up Catherine. The 3 of us would get in the car. We'd bump some Shawn Mendes. We'd pull up at Piney.
I was 16 years old. We were still going to Bible school.
It was fun.
And we were.
Miss Early was a teacher, and Mr. Rick.
Mr. Rick, dude, he was hilarious. Shout out to you, Miss Early and Mr. Rick, if y'all are out there listening.
Like
they were the best youth teachers on the planet.
They were.
And I think we had a pretty good group.
We had a huge.
I think Mr. Rick had to get on to people a couple of times, but it wasn't very often.
Like it was a good group, and like it was fun, and like everybody seemed to get along. You know, like we could talk to each other, and the lessons were really good. Like I like the hype videos. I feel like that
they did
those.
Good.
Do you remember that one specifically where that man's son fell in that little train switch, and he had to decide whether to like
Callie?
Do you know
that lingers in my brain?
Mine
at least
too.
That's my Roman Empire.
It just give me chills.
I can't find it anywhere. I've tried to find it. I can't find it.
But anyway, like,
it was basically like a.
It was basically
giving his son to die so that all those people could live.
Yeah, I know. That's what that gets me every like. Look at my
legs. I
couldn't
do it.
Look at my legs and arms.
Everybody else would just have to die because I couldn't give my child for somebody else.
I know that I couldn't either
as a parent.
And see, that's what I feel like. That's what they were trying to show is like God did. When no other parent probably would. Like, you know.
Oh, that was deep. That gave me the chills.
You're welcome.
One of my favorite memories.
The ping pong, though, in the
ping pong?
Wait, go ahead.
Buddy, yeah, the ping pong. One of my favorite memories from Piney. This is just, y'all are going to be like, that don't have nothing to do with Bible school, but like.
The snacks.
The snack.
I knew you were going to say that.
The Fruit Loop trail mix. Listen, I'm looking at you. Watching that goes to Piney, get me the recipe for the Fruit Loop trail mix. You know the one. It's got the Cheez-Its, the Chex Mix, the Fruit Loops, the peanuts. Get me the recipe.
We're getting we're good. What were those little things, like the graham crackers with that, like, icing or whatever? Those were so good. Don't know what it was, but those were very good.
The Ritz crackers with the peanut butter?
No graham crackers.
No, I know, but I'm just saying.
Okay.
Get me the recipe.
Get us the recipe.
We'll be back in a second.
All right, y'all.
So while y'all are out there getting me that recipe.
I really thought you were going to say, all right, y'all. I was trying to match you on that, but you didn't say that.
All right, y'all.
You usually say that.
Get me the recipe again. That's going to be a wrap for us today. This may be a little bit of a shorter episode.
I don't think it'll be short.
I feel like it will be.
Well,
I don't
maybe
think it's
it will
gonna be
after
too
the
long.
edits.
Yeah,
but
it will
that's
be after
okay.
the
Like
edits.
I wouldn't want to watch like more than an hour and a half.
Yeah.
So it's.
But I don't think it'll be that long. It may be 50 minutes.
Yeah.
50 minutes is what I'm thinking.
I think that's a good cutoff time though.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Follow us on Facebook, Instagram. Our Instagram's just kind of trash.
I'm sorry. I just can't do it.
I'm not throwing that off on you. I'm
No,
just
I know.
saying, like, we don't even have that many
Hey,
followers.
but I will say I've talked to Caitlin and we're gonna start a Twitch. We're gonna do live streaming, that kind of stuff, like because hopefully that'll really get our foot in the door with a bunch of different opportunities.
Maybe so. So if y'all see us like on Twitch, like
Please follow us
go
on
on there and
Twitch.
follow us on there. Callie's gonna get that set up. And we're gonna get. She looked at me like, "Oh, I actually wanted you to get it set up." Anyway, so we're gonna try to get that set up. So if y'all ever see us pop up on there live playing Fortnite or something, get on there and watch.
We're gonna do a bunch of stuff, little vlogs. We're gonna play Fortnite. We're gonna show you how the best ways to like get some cheap but really good meals, like the way Hunter and I do it. Like,
Yeah.
We've
got the cooking show. Y'all can
actually
see
that
us
was yours and Blake's idea first.
What?
Those little meals that you get at Walmart, the like bacon wrap.
Oh
chicken.
yeah. So we'll just do a couple.
We
of
can
those,
do a bunch
like,
of those.
on the on the
We just need to branch out and go.
We're
for
branching out. We're doing gaming. We're doing conspiracy theories. We've got so many conspiracy theory
Hunter's
episodes
gonna come on here.
We've got Hunter coming. We've got Abby coming. I think Emily wants to come and do one. Baller, y'all come on. We're having a good time with the conspiracy theories.
Oh, we got a musician coming up. I don't know when you're gonna post it, but we're gonna start recording with him on July 19th.
Yes. We're gonna post it. I think towards the end of July, maybe beginning of August.
He's got some songs on Apple, and Spotify. Anything. We'll let you know more information about that later.
Hopefully we can record some music for him if he's willing after he comes and sees the setup here. Callie can play piano for him. She's got a piano.
No, I can't. He knows how to play piano.
Well, he can do it then. It'll be good.
Yeah.
Anyway, follow Callie on her TikTok. She's supposed to be clipping some videos from Garrett's episode. Garrett's episode, y'all. It has gotten so many views. I think we've hit 173 views on it.
And we've gotten several some
subscribers.
And then a bunch of there's been a lot of other people follow me on TikTok because of that.
Good. I'm glad. We're actually branching out. Like, we're gonna have to get Garrett back on here and get some of Garrett's people that he's friends with and stuff. Anybody that wants to record music, do music videos,
A commercial. We could do commercials.
Just let us know. Like, if you need just like one song recorded, just message us and we'll record it.
And we're cheap.
And we're cheap too. We're not as expensive as a recording studio. We're just trying to get our foot in the door. And that's like one of mine and Callie's dreams, is to have our own recording studio, whether that be for podcasting.
I'd like to, you know how like on the news, like they have those people outside the windows. That's how I'd like to be one day.
I swear, dude, we can
Not
have our
me
own,
outside
like,
the window.
show.
I'd like to be on the inside of the window.
Yeah,
being
the
like,
people out on the outside of the window holding signs up.
Yeah.
Like, I'm from Michigan.
Yeah.
Anyway, all right, y'all. I think that's going to be it for us today. Just keep liking, subscribing, commenting, and make sure if you guys are watching our YouTube videos, you like the video, because we're not getting many likes, but we're getting a lot of views.
Yeah.
So I think y'all are meaning to like it, but you're just not hitting the button. Anyways, all right, y'all. This has been Beyond 21 with Caitlin
And Callie. Bye.
Bye.